Hello, welcome to the anime review section. And today I'm going to be reviewing Demon Slayer was the hype anime in 2019. And I gotta say, after watching it on Toonami those nights when it was airing, what do I think about Demon Slayer? Do I like it personally, or do I think it's a little overrated? Well, that's why you're here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Demon Slayer and whether or not it's worth your time. Let's go.
Survive. Don't think about anything else. I just have to make it through the night.
We start off with Tanjiro, who lives a hard but regular life with his family. However, on one fateful day, he loses his whole family by a demon. But there is one sole survivor. Well, sort of. It's his sister, Nezuko. But she's now a demon. Stuff happens, then we get this demon slayer who has come to take care of business. But Tanjiro doesn't want him to kill the last remaining family member he has. He wants to find a cure for her. And she is also very different besides other demons, which the demon slayer sees something different about the two. Especially the sister. He mentions to go and be trained by Sakonji. So Tanjiro, along with his sister, go off to find Sakonji. Thus, the journey begins for these two, as Tanjiro will find a cure to save his sister. Overall, the story is pretty simple when it comes to the hero trying to find a cure for this, his sister that is now a demon and could do all these abilities, shrink, get big, etc. She has the ability to defend herself. But yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. Even though it took time for me to actually get into the main adventure. There is a bit of a time skip when it comes to Tanjiro with the training and his journey, and also just being prepared and well trained. Soundtrack wise, good music, has that Japanese feel. Opening is catchy along with the ending. What else is there to say? And animation is really nice, detailed, perfectly. Heck, even the 3D animations blend in pretty well. While 3D is a bit of an issue for most of the anime community, it does do a good job at making the 3D fit in a bit better than other animes. Overall, like the animation. Basically, we follow 4 characters besides, the sister and the main kid, and then there's 2 others that later join in. Tanjiro, a good brother, and very strong. He's determined to save his sister and turn her back. He wants to get better at his skills, even though it won't work out the first time. He doesn't give up, and he keeps pushing forward. He's a character that you will feel that motivation to do something and not give up. Like what Shia LaBeouf said.
Some people dream of success, while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible! You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there! No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it!
On top of that, he's a positive and nice kid who wants to do the right thing like every other hero. And he even has compassion for the demons that he slays. Except for one. The one that killed his family. And yet protects people. And you could say he's not that type of character that's a Mary Sue. He works for his power, basically, and his ability to fight demons. Unlike specific characters. And him too, You could be considered a Mary Sue by this point. Then you have his sister, Nezuko, who doesn't talk the whole time because she's got that dang thing in her mouth. She's mostly in the box that Tanjiro carries around with him, but she can't go out during the day because, when it comes to vampires, they die in the sunlight. She's there with the will of backing up and protecting her brother, if so. And she sees everyone as, family. Which the one that trained Tanjiro helped out in giving her something to, make her not hurt humans in a sense. Anyways, yeah, it's mostly her brother we will get more time with, and his development through the story. She has her scenes, and is cute, but since she doesn't talk much, or doesn't show up until, during battles or at night. You have these two, him who is a chicken and sissy over everything, Even though he's a demon slayer, how did he even get in? And this guy with the what?
How is that possible? How can he turn his body at a 49-degree or 59? Wait, what was it? What was it? 45 degrees in that.
Well, okay, clone number 1,
But Arturo, how is it that he's able to run around doing this and that with that mask on, like a pig mask or something? Something. Anyway, how can he know, or how would he know where he's going with that thing on his head? And I really would like to know how he could turn his body like that. It's inconceivable. Why?
this is an anime. It's an anime. He's like a tank. Charges into battle without a second thought. And is, crazy. Over time, we see them develop Zinsu. Or, this guy. I can't really pronounce their names quite right. With his struggles of, being a chicken. But then you see other sides of him that make you wonder. What else is he hiding besides him being a chicken about stuff? Inosuke. What else is there to say about him? He's a man on fire. And courage. And is, crazy. Last but not least, the villain that we see only once in a while. This guy. He's the main issue of everything. Like Naraku. But we don't see him as much. He only appears a few times. And especially near the end of the show. All you know is that he's very powerful and is the mastermind. And he also, like Naraku, manipulates others to do his bidding. The Demon Slayers are trying to stop him. Ashira Tomioka is one of the 9 members. He is one of the first characters we see with the 2 main ones in the first episode. He is someone that does back up Tanjiro when it comes to the others. Well, let's just say some things happen. Every character has their issues, struggles, are funny, but even the side characters or one-time characters can be interesting. Especially the civilians, whose lives are turned upside down with loss and grief. Heck, even the demons the heroes face have some characteristics to them, which brings a different glimpse to their past. Which I can say has an interesting look to the enemy, or the demons. I guess, while you can't say you forgive them for what they've done, you could have a little bit of sympathy for them, sort of deal. Now, as for my enjoyment, so the first night that I watched Demon Slayer on Toonami, I was intrigued, but I really didn't start getting hooked into the anime till down the road. So yes, while I was enjoying it, I didn't really feel that hooking sensation. But trust me, it does get really good. I think it really hit me probably later on in the episodes, and mostly close to the end. But even getting to that point, I still enjoyed the show. The beginning parts have its charms. I think what I find interesting about this show is that it took a different approach when it comes to anime, because some animes, they set it back during the feudal era. You had Inuyasha, you had countless animes that are set in feudal Japan, either like 14, 15, 16, 17, even the 1800s. This goes into the 20th century. For example, it's interesting to see some of feudal era Japan mixed with 20th century technology. Like the old way of living, it's still around, but then when you go to a different location of Japan, you get more technological advances in human society. So basically a mixture of feudal era / 20th century. This show is actually set between, 1910s or 1920s. I like that aspect of it. The old with the new. Like the characters' interactions, the goofy moments, but also heartwarming moments, especially with the 2 siblings. Even the side characters as well. Yet, there is still more of the story to go, and it leaves it open-ended, with a big thing that's about to happen on
Okay, I tell you, guys. you're going to spoil the rest of the story of the other arc that goes after this show.
Okay, I will not mention any more. I'm not going to spoil it, clone number 1.
Don't you dare mention anything about the movie that comes after.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, it leaves it with, something to look forward to in the future, which I can't wait to see what happens in the movie. Demon Slayer is an interesting one. While I kind of feel it as the same as Hero wanting to do the right things, it adds something else to this situation where he's got to find a cure for his sister. And the other aspect is that it's set in a different time frame for Shonen Jump, which is the 20th century. This is must have been around the time of World War I, the Roaring Twenties. It's between that point from 1912 to 1926, which is interesting. Characters are, well done. The story's pretty good. Overall, I will give it an 8.5 out of 10. You will have a fun time watching this show. May not be for everyone, but I think it's one of the good ones out there, alongside the newer, shows like Dr. Stone, Rising of the Shield Hero, etc., etc. Yeah, I think you'll have a blast watching this anime. As for my recommendations, well, there's this anime that's set like in the 1930s, and on top of that, I can't really think of, for demon stuff, because this really does relate to a lot of demon things, that reminds me of a specific anime that I have reviewed, Inuyasha. And then there's a sequel, Yashahime. Well, this is Arturelia, Anime Reviews, signing off.
Okay. You two are like the best siblings ever in anime. I mean, listen, you got a great sister that was a figure and she's got superpowers. She's a badass. And it doesn't matter if she's got a really special ability. She's really great. And you're great too. You work so hard to become a great demon slayer. And you are not a Mary Sue. You work. Why do I hear dogs in the distance? Sorry. You work to get strong, unlike other characters and stories. They are such Mary Sues. I mean, you're nothing like Kirito for one thing. I mean, Kirito is somewhat now like a Mary Sue at this point. But you're not like a race. Wait, what's a Ray? No, I'm trying to think who's Ray. Sorry if I'm bothering you guys. I mean, I really wanted to talk to you two because you're like the best siblings ever in anime. You make me cry because of how you guys react. But who is the Ray I'm talking about? Maybe there wasn't a Ray. Maybe there was never a Ray at all.